The Chinese invasion of Taiwan is imminent, and American satellites are providing real-time updates. This is breaking news. In this video, we're going to take a look at brand new satellite images that reveal China's most ambitious plans yet. These revelations come at a critical time when tensions between the US and China are at a boiling point. The People's Republic of China has been known to threaten war with Taiwan and recently announced live-fire military drills near the island. Now, new satellite photos have exposed the construction of landing ships, which experts believe will be used for a future Chinese invasion. January 2025 started off as just another day, but a single satellite image captured something very unusual. It was coming from Guangha in China, a place that had previously caught the attention of the US military because of its many shipyards. But this time, it was different. The image showed the construction of a large boat inside a dry dock. Nothing too suspicious so far. But when you zoom in, the details tell a different story. Two smaller boats were being constructed right next to it, and all three of them shared one thing in common: a design specifically meant for landing troops on a hostile shore, a feature not typically found on civilian vessels. This wasn't just a one-off event. At the same location, commercial satellite imagery also captured the construction of a vessel in December 2023, and a few weeks later, more images showed not just one or two, but 3 landing ships under construction. It seems China was gearing up for something big. Fast forward a few months, and the scene has changed dramatically. On March 18, 2025, the 3 mystery ships were spotted sailing off China's southern coast, alongside 2 other vessels conducting what appeared to be landing maneuvers. The fleet moved in a way that simulated a potential amphibious assault, a tactic used to take over a coastline by sea, but this was just the beginning. 3 days later, on March 21st, analysts noticed something shocking. The 3 ships were seen connecting to each other, forming a makeshift causeway. What's even more alarming is that they were joined by 2 civilian cargo ships loaded with tanks and other military vehicles. This isn't a coincidence. These civilian ships are likely carrying the troops who will invade Taiwan. They'll arrive just as the 3 landing ships open fire and destroy Taiwan's coastal defenses. To make matters worse, according to defense analysts, these ships seem to be specifically designed for an invasion of Taiwan. Their flat bottoms are perfect for navigating shallow waters, allowing them to get close to the shore and offload their cargo quickly. Plus, they have special hooks for unloading tanks and other heavy equipment. On March 25, 2025, these ships were seen off the coast of Sanya City in China's Hainan province. It's the closest major city to Taiwan and the likely staging ground for the invasion. Just imagine the nightmare scenario for Taiwan. While the rest of the world is still catching their breath, China could already be on their doorstep with thousands of troops ready to fight for control of the island. But why is China doing this? What's the reason behind this massive buildup? Well, you only do something like this if you're planning a major offensive. The People's Liberation Army has never invaded another country before, so naturally, they would want to test out their tactics first. You can think of this as a rehearsal for the real invasion. Some analysts have suggested that these maneuvers could be part of the PLA's preparations for the upcoming Taiwan Strait crisis. In fact, there's speculation that China might actually carry out an invasion during this year's summer. A potential Chinese attack on Taiwan is a serious concern. And it's not just because of the human cost. As Taiwan is a crucial part of the global semiconductor supply chain, an invasion could disrupt the production of chips that power everything from smartphones to fighter jets. This could lead to a shortage of these components and affect industries worldwide. So how exactly does the PLA plan to take over Taiwan? According to experts, the first step will be to establish 1 or more beachheads on the island's west coast. From there, they will send in reinforcements to secure the area and push inland. Some analysts believe that the play could use ballistic missiles to destroy Taiwan's air force and navy, making it easier for the landing ships to approach the coast. Once the ships arrive, they will start unloading troops and vehicles while providing cover fire to defend against any resistance. It's important to remember that Taiwan is a mountainous island with rugged terrain. That's why China needs to bring in heavy equipment like tanks and artillery. The goal is to capture major cities like Taipei and Keelung quickly. Then they will move towards the east coast and try to encircle Taiwan's remaining forces. If the PLA successfully establishes 1 or more beachheads on Taiwan, they could rapidly deploy up to 60,000 troops and heavy equipment within the first 24 hours. This would be similar to the Allied invasion of Normandy during World War II, except the Chinese invasion would be much larger. There's no doubt that the Taiwanese army would put up fierce resistance, but they don't stand a chance against the PLA's overwhelming firepower. So how long will it take China to capture Taiwan completely? Well, estimates vary, but some analysts believe that it could happen within a week. That means that once the invasion begins, the world will be watching anxiously as the situation unfolds. But wait, there's more. Things could get even crazier as the battle for Taiwan heats up. If China tries to invade Taiwan, it will trigger an unprecedented response from the United States. Experts predict that American F-35 fighter jets will show up in record time. These stealthy warplanes will join the fight and target China's naval vessels, including the aircraft carriers. There's also the possibility of submarines getting involved. American nuclear submarines could sneak into the area and launch torpedoes at the Chinese ships. It's a risky move, but it would be a powerful message that the US won't back down. Additionally, the United States will impose tough economic sanctions on China. These measures could include blocking access to advanced technologies and halting investments. It's a way to punish China and discourage them from further aggression. And let's not forget about Taiwan's indigenous missile force. Although the numbers are small, they could still pack a punch. Out of Taiwan's total military expenditure, around 17% is allocated to research and development, meaning they're constantly improving their technology. For example, Taiwan has developed anti-tank missiles that can be launched from submarines. These missiles are effective against armored vehicles and have a range of 400 kilometers. In addition to these capabilities, Taiwan has also taken advantage of its geography. The island's mountainous terrain makes it difficult for invading forces to maneuver. Plus, Taiwan has built tunnels and underground shelters that can accommodate up to 4.5 million people, providing shelter from potential attacks. It may sound crazy, but some experts say China could resort to using nuclear weapons. China has conducted tests of hypersonic missiles that could be used to strike Taiwan. While China has not explicitly threatened to use nuclear weapons, the possibility cannot be ruled out entirely. As the situation stands, China's recent actions indicate an increased risk of conflict over Taiwan. The question is, how will the United States respond if China decides to invade? Will they intervene militarily or rely on economic sanctions? Only time will tell. One thing is for sure, though the world is holding its breath as tensions continue to rise in the region. As the situation continues to develop, we will keep you updated with the latest news and analysis. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more.